Have you ever heard someone say, "This one was so easy to raise? No drama, no rebellion, no arguments, no trouble." It sounds like the highest compliment a child or a parent could receive. But psychology tells a quieter, more complex story. Because being the easy child is often not just a personality trait, it is an adaptation, a response to an environment the child learned to read long before they had words to explain it. Many easy children were not naturally effortless. They became effortless because it felt safer that way. And the habits that helped them survive emotionally in childhood often follow them far into adulthood. Let's look deeper at what is really happening beneath the surface. 1. They learn to adapt faster than anyone else. Easy children become experts at emotional observation. They notice tension before anyone says a word. They sense stress in tone, silence, or facial expression. They learn quickly which behaviors create calm and which create conflict. So they adjust. They become cooperative, low demand, flexible. Not necessarily because they want less, but because wanting less keeps the environment stable. Psychologically, this is called environmental attunement. Their nervous system learns that harmony equals safety. Over time, adaptation becomes automatic. As adults, many of them still scan every room unconsciously. How should I act here? What version of me fits best? What will keep things smooth? They become socially skilled, but internally tired, because constantly adapting means rarely resting in authenticity. 2. They learn to internalize emotion. Easy children often discover early that strong emotions complicate things. Anger creates tension. Sadness worries others. Frustration feels inconvenient. So instead of expressing feelings outwardly, they move them inward. They tell themselves, "It's fine, it's not important. Other people have bigger problems." From the outside, this looks like maturity, but psychologically, it can become emotional self-suppression. The brain learns to disconnect from emotional signals rather than process them. And years later, adulthood brings a strange experience. They feel overwhelmed but cannot explain why. They know something is wrong but cannot name the feeling. Sometimes they don't realize how much emotion has been stored quietly over time. Not expressed, not released, just carried. 3. They become hyper-independent. Many easy children stop asking for help very early. They notice when parents are busy, stressed, or emotionally unavailable. So they solve problems alone. They comfort themselves. They figure things out quietly. They avoid becoming a burden. Independence becomes their identity. And while independence is often praised, extreme self-reliance has a hidden cost. As adults, depending on others feels uncomfortable. Even in loving relationships, asking for support can feel unnatural. Their internal rule becomes, "If I need less, I won't disappoint anyone." But humans are not designed for total self-sufficiency. So they carry struggles privately while appearing strong externally. People admire their resilience without realizing how alone it sometimes feels.
4. They learn that love comes from being low maintenance. Children repeat behaviors that bring approval. If being quiet brings praise, if being helpful brings peace, if not causing problems keeps connection intact. The brain forms a powerful association. Love equals ease. So they become agreeable, responsible, considerate beyond their years. But later in life, this pattern often transforms into people-pleasing. They prioritize harmony over honesty. They avoid conflict even when something hurts them. Because conflict feels dangerous, not logically, but emotionally. It carries an old fear. If I become difficult, will I still be accepted? So they sacrifice needs to preserve connection. And others may never realize the cost. 5. They hide their needs, even from themselves. Perhaps the deepest pattern of the easy child is invisibility of need. They learned not to demand attention, not because they didn't need it, but because needing felt disruptive. Over time, something subtle happens. They stop recognizing their own needs altogether. They become the listener, the helper, the stable one everyone relies on. Yet, inside, a quiet feeling grows. I am always there for others, but does anyone truly see me? They become so skilled at appearing okay that no one thinks to look deeper. And sometimes, neither do they. The hidden strength and the hidden risk. Being the easy child is not purely painful. It builds real strengths: empathy, responsibility, emotional awareness, self-control. These individuals often become thoughtful partners, dependable friends, and deeply compassionate adults. But healthy development was never meant to create a child who causes no problems. It was meant to create a person who feels safe enough to have them. Because emotional health is not the absence of conflict. It is the freedom to express truth without fear of losing connection. The deeper realization. Many adults only later realize they were not easy because life was easy. They were easy because they learned how to carry difficulty quietly. And healing does not mean becoming demanding or rebellious. It means learning something new. You can have needs. You can take up space. You can express emotion and still be loved. The goal is not to stop being kind or adaptable. It is to add one missing skill, allowing yourself the same care you learn to give everyone else. Because once you understand these patterns, you begin to see people differently. You recognize the quiet strength behind calm personalities. And sometimes you finally recognize yourself.